Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome back to Black Rock Valley. Alright, today we got a couple things going on. As you recall from the previous episode, we went ahead and planted field number 20, and now it is planted. Nothing else has happened since then. What we're going to go ahead and do is, I got the mower set up right here. We're going to go ahead and get set up with the mower, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, we're going to get set up with the mower, and we're going to go mow that field that's just south of us here. And that'll give us the, at least the start of being able to actually get some animals so we can actually feed them. Because I suppose, or people have mentioned this to me before, that if you do not feed your animals, they actually disappear. At least with the purchasable ones. So for example, with the beef cattle, or with the or it would be with the chickens, I suppose, or anything that's always purchased. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure we have some feed for them at the very least. So there's a field just down here that we're gonna go ahead and take care of. One of the reasons why I love this JCB is the fact that you can do 70 clicks in it. So nice. Makes our lives so much easier when you're driving around on a map, especially a fairly large map like this too. Having a high-speed tractor makes a world of difference, and that's one of the reasons why JCB are pretty popular out in the UK, as far as I understand. And that's because if you're doing any kind of karting, it does make your life considerably easier, because you can drive so fast, basically, at highway speeds, essentially. So it makes our lives a bit easier. So I don't know, I like them. I don't use them often enough. I really like the JCB pack, actually. It has a lot of cool little things in it, and I don't know why I don't use them as often as I should, but just one of those things, I guess. Alright, so here is, let's slow down here, go through the water. Here is the other farm. This is the, let's take a look around here quickly, actually. Bales, I guess that's the sell point for bales, and if we put forage in here, I guess you get silage out. That of course is a mixer. This is the dairy cows, right down here. That is for manure. Awesome. This is to, I think we actually have to sell milk manually on this map, if memory serves. What's the other conveyor for over here? There's that one, and then there's this one over here, and what the heck is this one for? I'm not 100% sure. Storage for your various items like straw, grass, and silage. And this is for what? Grass? Chaff. Oh, chaff. Okay. Alright. That's cool, I guess. Give you the opportunity to have a little bit of grass if you want to store, or chaff, sorry, if you want to store it there. Alright. Interesting. So, field 6 is just to the west of us right here. So let's go ahead and just head over there right now. So, I guess it's right that in front of us, right there. Not as large as I was hoping, actually. It's actually kind of a small field. What is that? Oh, I see what they did. Very tricky. Some people will probably know what this is. Some people probably have no idea why there's this little line right here. This, my friends, is what happens when someone uses Courseplay often. But what he did was he made it so there's a line around the outside, so I can do this. If I go into fieldwork mode, or if I calculate the current field width right here. Oh, he's not going to do it? It should be able to calculate this right here, but apparently it does not. I don't think this is even going to work, but that's, you know, just for the sake of this. No. That'd have been too nice. But yeah, what this should allow us to do is calculate the width. So if I go right here on the edge, is that going to work? There it is. So that is the edge of the field. So let's set this up. Let's just see if this works properly, the way it's supposed to work. Alright, and let's put this as field 6 and let's see what happens. Let's just, I think this is what, 9 meters, this thing? So let's put it to 8.5 because I can't remember. And let's just see if this works as it's supposed to. Field 6. Generate path? No. I wondered about that. So it should work. It should make it so it can detect the outlying, should be able to detect like the outline of the field, but as you can see, it isn't working the way it should, unfortunately. Because what should happen is it should be able to tell, like, hey, this is the outside of the field. Oh, I just crashed the game. Alright, I guess we'll be back in a second. False alarm, didn't crash, just didn't like me for a second there, so word to the wise, don't repeatedly click the generate field course, or calculate field edge. Anyways, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, there you go. But you should first, it should work, should calculate the width of the field, but it doesn't always work, as you just noticed, so. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the mower on. That's the back one, this is the front one. Here we go. So yeah, it should be able to, should, being the keywords here, be able to calculate the width of the field, or the outline of the field, but apparently it didn't work, which is a bit odd, because it should. Maybe it's because you just need to position yourself in like the perfect position, I don't know. That could be the case. I'm just going to continually run the mowers, I'm not going to lift them up or anything crazy like that. Because there's grass around there I can actually use as well. I could, I suppose, use the GPS mod again. And actually, I wonder if this would work in this context. Let's see. 7.8, sure. And let's bring up the information. Do that. Let's just see. Because there's an edge right here, it should actually turn automatically here. It should be in the keyword, of course. I guess not. It should be able to detect that's the edge and then turn from there. We're going to skip a pass here. Yeah, but it does automatically turn, just not in every scenario. So you can actually manually set it up if you want to. But, of course, it doesn't always work. Because the way it's supposed to work is it'll automatically detect, hey, I'm supposed to turn here. You can, of course, manually turn like this with the GPS mod. But there we go. Well, that worked. Not as smooth as if you do it yourself, of course. That's always the case, though. If you want to use the GPS mod, it'll work, but it's not as it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do all the time. I've run into so many problems with GPS mod. I'm like, oh well, I would like it to do this, but it's not going to do this for me apparently. So, whatever. So of course, the reason why we're doing this is to get prepared for the eventuality of animals, of course. So we want to get, what do we want to get? We want to get, I'm not sure yet. I think the idea, I think some people were saying cows. I'm just not sure what type of cows. Beef cows, I suppose. And I don't know what the deal is with the two types of cows on this map. Is that because there's two different farms with two different cows? But as far as I can tell, there's only one cow area, so I don't know what the deal is there. Alright. Very nice. It's funny, I don't use this JCB nearly enough. It's a pretty slick looking tractor, I gotta say so myself. I don't know, I know Landy Kid loves it, and a lot of people do love it as well. And that's because, A, it's just a really nice tractor, and B, it's just it's one of the better mods out there. Well, if you consider it a mod, I suppose. Because unfortunately, the modding scene for Farm Sim has slowed down a little bit. There's some, like, it seems like it's mostly maps these days and not necessarily mods. One sec, coffee break. It seems like it's mostly maps more so than mods. And most of the mods that are coming out are like variations on the standard in-game stuff. So I don't know what the deal is there, or why that has been the case, but unfortunately it definitely has. So it's one of those strange things that just has been an occurrence. So I don't know why that has been, but it definitely has. So all right, so what I could do is I could bring the crone. I could bring the crone down here and get ready to TED all this as well. I could do that as well, but I can't do two things at once right now unless I use Courseplay to set this up properly, which isn't impossible, but I'd have to drive around the field, which wouldn't take too long on the JCB if I'm honest. So, alright, so what we'll do is we'll do one more pass here, like so. Don't hit the trees. There we go. And what I'll do is I will do the outline off camera, set it up so Courseplay finishes the rest of this, and then we'll bring the crone down here so we can TED this up. We don't have a baler yet actually either, so we need to get a baler. So I'll be back when I get this guy rolling on Courseplay. Alright, so we got the other tractor working the way down there. I'm gonna fire up the not class Lexion. I'm so used to driving a class Lexion. What we're gonna do is gonna grab this weight right here. This tractor really, wow, I'm surprised. If you look at my frame rates in the top right hand corner there, I'm kind of curious how much this maybe it's the Oxbow actually. I wonder. I think it is actually. I think it is not playing nice with frame rates, because every time I look over in that direction. I wonder if that's the case or not, though. Yeah, because it's like silky smooth everywhere else, and then as soon as I look at that Oxbow, like watch. Whoop. Yeah, it just drops down. Where am I heading here? South. Alright, so of course this is the class Arion 650. You don't see many of these in North America, but it's one of the nicer mods out there for this style. I don't know, I've used it before. I think I used it on the newbie farm back when I was playing that farm, so what's the best way to go? Can we go straight? That would be awesome if we could go straight. Of course we can't. Alright, let's take a turn here then. And then I guess we'll go here, then turn left. If we can turn left down that road. Yes, perfect. Alright, so, yeah, I don't know. I'm really digging this map right now. It's a nicely spread out, I should say. Oftentimes I play maps that are really, really tight in terms of like how close they are to everything. This map's kind of spread out, so it's kind of nice because it's something a little bit different. Something I don't normally, a way I don't normally play. And also I just kept the same fields we normally have when you start the game up, which is kind of different because normally I'll just pick the fields that are closest to me. This is kind of a nice different way of playing. Alright, so JCB is currently working over there. Alright. So let's get this guy rolling. Alright. Let's lower the crone tedder down. And let's get lined up a little bit better here. There we go. Turn it on. Nice. I do love that texture. Look at that. So nice. I remember when I first saw the tedder texture for the in Farm Sim 15. I was like, oh my gosh, look at that! I was so impressed with it. Because it's not so I don't normally TED a lot of the time in the game, so it was kind of an interesting little variation on what I would normally do. So I was kind of like, wow, look at that, that's amazing. It still boggles my mind. Oh, there's a little texture issue right there on the crone sign. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it still boggles my mind every single time. Because I'm like, ooh, look at that. Oh, this class has got a nice turning circle. It's funny, here in Canada, we see class, but not necessarily the tractors. We see the combines are what's making their way over here in Canada. We see the class Lexion series, and you see a lot of the big ones. So there's a guy who, close to my in-laws, who has a class Lexion, is it a 700 series, I think it is? I think it's a 7 series, like 780 or 770 or something like that. Anyways, it's just massive. Like normally it would take him like a day to get a field done, and apparently he was able to do this, you know, be able to get the field done like, you know, in half the time basically. So, but he's like the only one in the area, so everyone knows who he is because he's the only one with a class Lexion in the area. So it's kind of funny. I did actually get to sit in a class Lexion. I was at a equipment shop a while back, and they had one on display there. That, and they had a Terrogator there, and they also had a Terrogator, and what was the other one? They had a big sprayer there as well. So I was able to sit. Oh, I only sat in the combine in the end, but it was really neat because it's not something you got to do every day. Although the farm shows are coming up. I know all the outdoor shows are basically over, but we'll have indoor shows coming up soon. There's one in Ottawa, there's one in Toronto, there's one in Montreal, I believe, as well. I'm not sure about other locations, but those are the big ones that I know of offhand. So I'll try and get out to at least one of those in the future. I know the one in Ottawa is in March, and the one in Toronto I think is around that time too. Not sure though. But I've been told the one in Toronto is not very good. I don't know why, but that's just what I've been told, so. Anyways, we still need to pick a baler. What baler do you think I should use? I could use the Crone, I suppose. The Crone from the mod contest. That's a possibility. I think I have enough money for that, actually. It's a possibility I could use that. What other options do I have? Baling technology. I have the case, this Crone, and that's it. I had another case somewhere. And of course we have the in-game ones, so we could use the New Holland roll belt 150 or the big baler. So either one would work potentially. I have to go and check. I know there are. Oh, that's not good. It's not supposed to spin like that. Probably helps when you doesn't help when you take a turn like that. But yeah, I think there's a couple other mods out there, so let me know what you think we should use in terms on this field. I think we should use rounds or squares. I'm gonna say squares all the time, but I know some people prefer round bales. We have a telehandler now, so technically we can use either. It really doesn't make a difference. So oh, look at that. That's kind of interesting. If you look carefully, it's kind of like bouncing on the ground. I never even noticed that before. You can tell how often I've used this. It's nice. What happens if I lift it up this time and then make the turn? Is it going to slide all over the place again? That's weird. Wonder why. It must have just been because I made that turn the way I did and I just didn't like it. That's very strange. Ah well. Like I was saying, yeah, we don't see too many Colossus tractors here. I haven't, at least. It's possible that they are here and they are on their way. Like last time I went to the Ottawa Farm Show, I definitely saw some Colossus tractors there, but they weren't like a prominent. They weren't a prominent booth like John Deere or Case or New Holland. No, they definitely weren't. So it was one of those things where it's kind of like, well, they're around, but not that much. Not in the tractor land, at least. There were Fence. I saw quite a few Fence. And Fence are just gorgeous tractors. I would be interested to drive. It would be interesting to drive a Fendt tractor at some point in the future, just to like kind of compare. Like of course, like in my mind, Fendt are like the Mercedes kind of idea in Europe of tractors. So I have to keep that in mind. So it's one of those things where it's like if you don't, if you haven't done certain things, it's kind of like, well, how do I compare? Like the nicest John Deere I've ever been with. Driven, I should say, by myself was like an old John Deere, so can't say I've driven many of the newer John Deere. That's not true. I guess I drove a a John Deere front loader that was a hydrostatic transmission that was pretty easy to drive, so made a bit of a difference. Alright, let's finish up this little section here. Yeah, that's really strange. Why did it... It's odd that it does that when I make the turn, but if I lower the wheels down, it's fine. I wonder why that is. Must be do something with the physics of it or something. I know in some scenarios what will happen is let's get a nice little screenshot here. Nice. Maybe it's always funny to try and figure out what's the best angle. You can tell I'm not a photographer when sometimes. Not a screenshot photographer, at least. Farmer Beavis takes some really good screenshots, actually. I don't know how much he edits them after the fact, and Bob Baker makes some nice screenshots as well. And again, I don't know how much he edits them off after that. I think it's a little bit, but I'm not certain about it. So, we'll be able to finish this field up nice and easily here. This is one of the reasons why I wanted like multiple tractors with multiple, or I should say various power levels. So like this is a 180 horsepower tractor. The Puma, or Puma, by Timber is also, I think it's 160. This one's 180, that one over there is 310. And then the big John Deere is like 500 or 600. I don't think it's, I'm not sure if it's quite as powerful as a, I don't know, it's more, no, not quite, and according to this, it's not quite as powerful as the Case Steiger 620. I believe the 620 is probably, it's supposed to be the most powerful tractor in production, but I know it's basically just a competition saying, yeah, we have the most powerful tractor. That really doesn't mean anything until you can see how it performs in comparison to other ones, right? So you may have the most powerful tractor, but if it doesn't get the job done the way it's supposed to, then it's really not that helpful. So alright, this guy's almost done. We got what, 3 passes left or something like that? So what we'll do is we'll finish off these 3 passes, 4 passes, whatever it's supposed to be, and I think what we'll do is we'll call it an episode there, and the next episode we'll rake this up. We'll rake it up and bale it, I think, is what we'll do in the next episode. Yeah, that's so strange. It has no problem when you put the wheels down. But when you don't drop the wheels down, just even there, it slid a little bit. It's very strange. Maybe there's an update to this mod that fixes that, but I don't know. It probably has something to do with the fact that you're just not supposed to do that with a tedder. That's my guess, at least. So very nice. So make a little bit of dry hay, of course, for animals. It's gonna be the start. The next thing we need to do, of course, is we need to plant a little bit of wheat or barley, or actually we have oats on this one too, don't we? Do we have? I think we have oats. I have to think about that. I believe we do. Olive, lettuce, oats. Yeah, we can do oats, so we can get. And how much are oats worth here? 700, which is the same, I imagine, as you know what? Actually, about the same as barley. Looks like. Yeah. We'll plant oats. And then we'll get straw from the oats. We can bale that up too. So again, we're going to need a baler of sorts. I'm leaning towards a square baler. Maybe we'll just get the in-game square baler. Look at that thing go. That is ridiculous. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get one of the balers. So we need to... How much is the in-game baler? 120... That's it. That's cheap. Jeez. 128,000, and then we need this guy, which is 45. Oh, we still have enough for that. Sweet. We have enough for both of those. So we could do that, or we could do this plus this, which is not a very good combination because I don't understand this. Look, so this baler right here produces 4,000 liter bales, and so does this. Go figure. And here you can only carry 8, and here you can carry 16. So I don't know. Go figure, eh? I think actually square bales would be our best bet on this map, now that I'm thinking about it. Mainly because of the hills. Because I don't really want to run into the hill, a situation where my round bales are rolling down the hill. Not cool. But that does kind of limit us a little bit in terms of making silage via bales, I suppose. One sec, coffee break. I love coffee. It's funny. Lately I've found myself making stronger and stronger coffee. Which is probably not a good thing. I should probably make it weaker, not stronger, but I just can't help myself. It's just like, the stronger the coffee is, the more... we're gonna hit. Just missed it. The stronger the coffee is, the better I like it, I guess. Which, like I said, isn't necessarily a good thing, because that means I just, well, some people might think I'm wired, but not in the end. I only drink coffee in the morning. I try and avoid it at night. Although, here's a little odd tidbit of information. Random Iain information. So I can drink coffee in the morning. I can have, like, 3, 4, 5 cups, whatever. I don't normally go that crazy. But I can drink almost as much as I want without too much to worry about. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, just made it. In the morning it's fine, but as soon as I go to have coffee at night, if I have to work the next day, I won't be able to fall asleep. But if I don't have to work the next day, it doesn't affect me in the same way. I think it's all in your head, all in my head at least. So, all right, this is the last pass. I think that guy's mowing stuff that's already been mown, so let's make sure we get that little part I missed over there. Nice. So remember our farm, where all our other animals are, is all like north of here. And this is like the most southern part, basically. Really? That was a little slow turn. You're still gonna do that? Alright. Let's lift this up. Put it away. Good, so I think what we'll do is, because this is, I think this is our only field that we have that's already a grass field. Yeah, it really is. Wow. That's all they start you off with, and they give you all the other... Okay, whatever. Whatever. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just store this down here for the time being. I believe we have storage here. Nope, that's not storage, Iain. I thought I saw storage down here last time I was here. Let's put this away down here. Wow, there really is no storage down here? Lame. Wow, there really isn't. Huh. Well, that is kind of odd, actually. I honestly expected there to be some storage down here, so... I could always place some storage down here, but I don't know where I would put it, because... there's no really flat area to put a shed or anything. Yeah, well, whatever. I guess we'll leave it in the bunker for the time being, I guess. There we go. Turn that guy off there and hop into the JCB, which I apparently haven't put into a group yet. Put this guy into the powerhouse group, which is number 1. Perfect. Alright, folks, that'll be it for me for today. This has been another episode of Black Rock Valley. My name's Iain Robson, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go and hit that subscribe button. Gotta have some fun with those things. Anyways, got to you guys later.